Welcome. In this session we're going to do end-to-end grilled / smoked salmon on the big green egg, and I'm also going to do some vegetables with it. So this is one of the easiest things you can do on the big green egg. The prep time is anywhere from 2 hours to an hour depending on how much time you have, and then the grilling is only going to take about 20 minutes at the most. You can smoke it for longer. I've tried that at 225 with the smoking configuration. I found the way I do it with the Alder wood chips and soaking the wood chips, you get the same smoke effect, but you also get the just perfect salmon. So we'll show you how to do it. But another main thing you want to have is a cedar plank. If you don't have this, not a showstopper, but I highly recommend it. It adds some flavor to the meat and also adds some firmness to it at the end. You're going to want to soak your cedar plank anywhere from 2 hours to 30 minutes before in a food safe dish. So I'll come in there and you can use whatever side. You'll just use the side that's down, that's soaking, but you can come in here and flip it, whatever. It's just going to take care of itself. And then you can garnish with whatever you want. I personally love the flavor of salmon. I can do nothing to this and smoke it the way I smoke it and love it. But for today, I'm going to do some lemon and a little bit of Tony's. So we are going to do the grilling configuration, and we're going to soak some Alder wood chips, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But right now, it's about 2 hours before. You could do this 15 minutes before. It really doesn't matter with fish, in my opinion. But what I do first is I squeeze a little bit of lemon. And that's about a half of a lemon. You want to baste it, get any seeds out of there. Make sure it's real even. And now I just use two things. I use this mixture, it's called Crazy Jane's. It's got garlic and a little bit of salt and some other goodness. I just lightly sprinkle that. And then I like to add a little spice. So Tony's is great to do that. It doesn't overpower the fish. Don't put too much on there, but it gives you a little spice with that smoke. It makes it really nice. So let's put a fine layer there. Don't overdo it. All right, and then I'm gonna put the Tupperware lid on that. Let it sit in the refrigerator until I'm ready to smoke and get this thing going. But that's basically the prep. So prep the meat and prep the wood. So the next thing you want to do, and make sure you do this at least an hour before grilling, is prep your smoking wood. Since I'm doing the grilling configuration and I only need to generate smoke for about 10 minutes at the most, I'm going to use these Alder wood chips. Alder is by far my favorite for smoking salmon. You can pick any other wood you want. I highly suggest staying with either an alder or fruit type wood. Don't go oak or mesquite or hickory. Those are going to overpower it. But basically, these wood chips are just about this size. So the moisture in these things is really a major factor on these little chips. So what I do is I just get a big cup about this size, and I load it almost to the top with these wood chunks. And that'll be enough to generate smoke for at least 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna just fill that with water. And let those soak, and that's going to, surprisingly enough, it generates from my calculation about twice as much smoke off these little wood chips had you not had that, because we are going to do this with the grilling configuration. You put these on totally dry, they're going to burn up pretty quick and you're only going to get a couple minutes of smoke. This way they kind of simmer in there, you can hear them, and generates nice smoke on them. We're going to let that sit for at least an hour while everything else is, the fish is prepping and the cedar plank is prepping as well. All right, so we always love to do fresh vegetables with our salmon. So you can pick out whatever vegetable you want, whatever you love to have on the grill. Today we're doing broccoli, onions, and some zucchini. You can do whatever you want, asparagus, green beans, whatever it is. But I generally have the same principle when I do my vegetables. Chop them up, and sometimes you have to get creative. I mean, you know that broccoli is going to take a little bit longer than, say, the zucchini is. So what I do is I put that on the bottom of my grilling pan, and you just get any copper, grill safe grilling pan, and that's what you're going to want to use for it with the holes in it. So it makes them nice and crisp in that big green egg. But I'd put the broccoli on the bottom because I know it takes longer to cook. let it go for 5 minutes until those get going, and then start mixing it up on the grill. But I do basically the same thing every time. I take a Tupperware and I put all the veggies in there, and you can season them however you want. I do olive oil. You drizzle that on there, and that's going to help them from not sticking to this as well. And then I'm going to take the Crazy Janes. If you're watching my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of this stuff. I'm going to put that in there. Get a little salt, a little garlic in there. And then I use this Julio's on my vegetables, which is just really good stuff if you can find it. And then the last ingredient, which I highly recommend, is garlic. If you have fresh garlic, use it. I like to go easy and get the minced garlic that's already done for you. I'll take, you know, a spoonful of that, throw it in there, and I'll just put the lid on, and I'll shake that until that's all mixed up, good to go. Depending on what meat you're doing, it depends when you're going to put this on. So since we're doing salmon, salmon's only going to take about 20 minutes. These are going to take about 15 minutes. I'd rather have the salmon fresh off the grill hot. So what I'll do is I'll do the vegetables first. I'll get them done before I put the wood chips in, and then I'll just take them out and I'll heat the oven to 225 and just put them in the baking configuration in the oven, and put them on a baking pan and just keep those things warm and keep them crisp while the salmon's breaking. So basically that's what you're going to do. Make sure that's mixed up, and then we're ready to go. Put these in the fridge for now, and then we're ready to go. We'll get them on the grill. Alright, so I've gotten the grill hot. It's about 350, really 375 degrees. You want to grill these vegetables anywhere from 350 to 400 degrees. It's just the normal grilling configuration. And I've got these veggies. I put the broccoli on the bottom because those are going to take a little bit longer, and then piled everything else on top. And I'm going to literally just leave it in there for probably 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, I'm going to come out here and turn it about every 2 or 3 minutes until they're ready. Alright, so I've been turning these vegetables about every 2 to 3 minutes, and you can see they're just perfect. So I'm going to take this pan, and I'm going to put it on a baking sheet, and I'm going to put this directly in the oven, the whole thing, and put it on 200 just to keep these things warm while we're doing the salmon. Alright, now we're going to do the salmon. Basically, we're just going to use the existing coals we had in the grilling configuration. But I've got these wood chips that I showed you earlier that have soaked, that I've drained the water out, so it's just the wood chips now. And the grill's at, it's about 375 right now. On salmon, 375 to 400, what you want it. And I'm literally just going to sprinkle those in there, like so. And you'll immediately start getting smoke out of there. And then you take the salmon plank, get the salmon, put it on the plank. This is nice and moist. And you're going to put it on there. I always put the thickest part at the back. For this salmon, it's about a ½ inch thick. The goal is to get it to 145 degrees internal temperature. So that should take anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, but I'm going to put it on there. You can already see some of the smoke starting to come up, and I'm going to come out here in about 10 minutes and see where it's at. You should have your grill temperature, but you're trying to get it to 145. Alright, we're about 7 minutes in. I just want to show the smoke that's coming out of there. That's about the smoke you should be having with those wood chips. It's just a nice steady stream of smoke, and I'll just crack this open real quick to show you that piece as well. But that's just perfect smoke coming out of there, and it should smoke for that for the duration you're cooking the salmon. And even if it tails off the smoke at the end, it's fine. You've penetrated what you need with the smoke at the beginning. Alright, it's been about 12 minutes, so we're going to see what the temp is. I've got one of these digital pins from ThermoWorks. I think these are the best on the market. It's called a ThermoPin, but if you don't have this, just any instant thermometer. And our temp is only 105 on this thing, and we're trying to get it to 145. So I'm going to close the lid and put it in there and let it go for probably another 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, it's been about 8 more minutes. And that's just what we want. So 145, anywhere after over 140, I think it's really okay. If you like it not as well done, stay on the 140 side. But I'm literally just gonna take this off now. And you don't need to rest salmon like you do beefs and porks. There's no resting process really, so I'm just gonna go basically cut the skin off of this with a fork and plate it up. All right, so once it's off, you know, you just take the skin off. If it's wild sockeye salmon, there's skin layer on the bottom. Just peel it off with a fork, and then you're ready to go. The vegetables are still hot because they've been in the oven. And if you cut into that salmon, you know, that's about perfect. You don't want it too overcooked. You still want it pink and juicy. So, bon appetit. Enjoy.